Welcome, Marquette, to another edition of the Golden Eagle Sports Report. I'm Danny Gallagher.
And I'm Mike Cianciolo, and we've got a great show for you tonight. Marquette women's volleyball team was looking to build off their 3-0 start in conference play as they had 2 games this past weekend.
The volleyball team would take on 2 Big East opponents, starting with Pittsburgh on Friday. Entering the evening, Coach Bond had 249 victories as the Panthers came to Milwaukee for this Big East bout. The Eagles were locked in a tight one, taking the first set 25-22. However, the night belonged to Kelsey Mate as she had 12 kills, 5 blocks, and hit a whopping 857. The Eagles went on to take the match 3-1, winning the second and fourth 27-25. Reigning Big East Player of the Week, Holly Mertens led MU with 13 kills, and Aaron Lehman had 12 points. This was Coach Bond's 250th career win.
Came back and battled in the 4th set. You know, we had really tight wins in the 1st and 2nd set, and we frankly just weren't very sharp. Didn't look super motivated, and then the 3rd set, when they were able to snatch that victory from us, I think it really woke us up. And I got fired up, the team got fired up, and really came out and put our foot down in that 4th set. And, you know, we talk about doing things as a team like hitting over 300 efficiency. In terms of our hitting efficiency, and we came close tonight in the course of the whole match, but I loved that in the 4th set we hit 483. That's a really big number. It's a really dominating number. This has been now a new trend for us in our team that we are hitting higher and higher efficiency, actually playing better and better as the match goes on.
We hate losing. Like, our team is so competitive, and all of us just want to win. So when we lose like that, it just drives us even more, but we need to, like Bond said earlier, we need to come out like that every single set right from the beginning.
Hot off their impressive win against the Panthers, the Lady Golden Eagles squared off against South Florida Sunday afternoon. And Marquette opens up with an emphatic kill from Lindsay Gosh. Then senior Danny Carlson finishes off the backward set here. Now it's Holly Mertens who gets in on the kill fest. But the match would be closer than the highlights show. USF makes this volley interesting as both teams put in a solid effort to keep the ball alive, but the Bulls would knock the ball under the net. Point Marquette. This one would go into a 5th set to break the 2-2 match tie. MU would cap off the final set and match by way of this beautiful block, compliments of Danny Carlson. Coach Szymanski's team survives a whopping 21 service errors to come away victorious against the South Florida Bulls. Mertens, Carlson, Gosh, and Aaron Lehman would all finish the match with double-digit kills. The Golden Eagles improved to 5-0 in conference play and 14-3 overall on the year. Now we'll hear from Aaron Mabin, who was at the Owl.
At the Gallagher Center Sunday afternoon, the Marquette women's volleyball team faced off against the University of South Florida. It took the Golden Eagles 5 sets to defeat the Lady Bulls 3-2.
You know, we still got plenty of serving work to do. I thought our serving was great in the 1st set and then totally evaporated. 21 service errors is way too many. And I don't care who you're playing. You're spotting your opponent a whole set when you have more than 20 service errors. And so we got something to work on, you know, with our group amidst a myriad of other things. But sure like being 5-0 in Big East play, and I don't care how we get them. We need to win. We need to keep on winning, and we're going to keep getting everybody's best effort when we play out there.
USF has that ability to make us want to beat them, to kill them. And so, yeah, I think it's just a mentality that we had to fight for this win. We have to fight for every win, but it's always just kind of the claws come out for when we play USF.
Having 4 hitters in double figures gave the Golden Eagles offense the upper hand against USF.
That is amazing to me that we can be that consistent with so many players, and it just makes our offense so much harder to handle because we don't have just one player that's going to destroy a team. We have so many offensive weapons that it's really tears teams apart, just like we did tonight.
I thought the 1st set was a great sign for us, like, wow, we're really on this, we're on point, we're ready to get it done. And then we just kind of evaporated. So Western Michigan will give us everything that we want.
The Golden Eagles are set to play Western Michigan Tuesday night at the Gallagher Center. Reporting for MUTV Sports, I'm Aaron Mabin.
Senior middle hitter Kelsey Matei was named to the Big East Conference Honor Roll for women's volleyball Monday afternoon after Marquette had a pair of victories over the weekend against Pittsburgh and USF. The Lake Elmo, Minnesota product began the weekend by notching a career-high 12 kills on a 14 error-free swings against Pittsburgh on Friday evening. She added 5 blocks in the contest while hitting a remarkable .857. Matei closed the weekend with 6 kills, 7 blocks, and MU's 5-set victory over USF on Sunday afternoon. It's her first career conference honor for Matei, who hit a combined .607 against the Panthers and Bulls to help Marquette remain the lone undefeated team in Big East play at 5-0. Marquette returns to action on Tuesday, October 9th at 7 p.m. against Western Michigan at the Al-McGuire Center before heading to New Jersey to take on Seton Hall and Rutgers on October 13th and 14th respectively. Now let's send it over to Sean for analysis.
Thanks, Denny. I'm here with Boz Kaleka and Ashley De La Torre, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Marquette volleyball. On Sunday and Friday, they played Pittsburgh and USF, but Bon Szymanski, their coach, called this weekend one of their poorest serving efforts in a long time. Guys, what do you think about that comment and how they managed to win both matches despite, 21 service errors in one of them?
I think he's right, and they really do have to work on their serving, and they really have to get that done in practice. They had about 21 errors in their volleyball game, and that's not going to cut it if they want to take it far in the Big East tournament and the NCAA tournament.
I agree. They were weak in serving, but I think what's key to note here is that they won against Pittsburgh 3-1, and they basically stole that game. It was pretty easy compared to the USF, which was a bigger fight. Also, they've held their opponents to 56 aces compared to the 86 that they've scored. So I think they're doing a great job in other areas. Yes, serving was a little weak in these past 2 games, but they are getting it done in other areas.
So service errors have been kind of, one of their Achilles heels, so to say, throughout the season. How do you think they're trying to improve as a team? Do you think these comments serve as kind of like motivation for the team to become better in serving?
I definitely think they are motivation. He even said himself that one of their motivations is revenge, because of, what they went through last season. And I think that he also said that they need balance. And that's a huge part for them to succeed in the future, is that if they can really just balance it out, not just depend on one player, as he said, but really spread it out between the whole team. Get some more of the younger players involved. I know when Lindsey Gosh got hurt in the USF game, she came back fortunately, but they got other players involved because she wasn't there, and I think when you have other players stepping up, that really motivates a team.
So after this weekend, taking down USF and Pittsburgh, the volleyball team has extended their current streak to 7 games. How do you think they keep that momentum going into a non-conference game tonight and then hitting the road out east for 2 more conference games?
I think they got to work on their team chemistry and just work on serving in practice and build on it and raise their momentum and increase their intensity going into their road trip, because it is a big road trip, and they have 3 home games coming up soon before the Big East tournament, so they just got to increase their intensity.
I agree. I think the team is always, motivated after coming off 2 wins and then going on a road trip. Danielle Carlson said herself, it's always motivating to, get the win. And I think, they're going against Seton Hall, who is 15-4, Rutgers, who is 15-6. Yeah, they're okay, but we're undefeated in the conference and they're not. And so I think that's also, a motivating factor right there. We've beat everybody else, these 2 games. Looking at it, that gives you sort of a confidence.
And an editorial ran in the Marquette Tribune this past Tuesday, so earlier today. The Tribune claimed that Marquette volleyball has a chance to win the conference championship. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's really possible. They're playing really well other than this past weekend against Pittsburgh and South Florida. But Lindsey Gosh against DePaul had 16 kills and 6 digs. And she did land on her ankle awkwardly, but she came back the next game. And Kelsey Matei has been playing amazing. She was Big East Player of the Week. So
I agree. Matei, she was hitting for, .857, I believe it was, which is great. She had a career-high 12 kills on 14 free swings. So she's on a roll, like you said. The key to this team is that they have to stay healthy. Lindsey Gosh did get hurt. Ankle injuries are, You know, that's very often in volleyball. I mean, that's mostly all they have in volleyball is ankle injuries. So I think they really have to stay healthy. And they, like I said earlier, they have to allow others to play and get involved and really just, you know, balance, you know, just get together as a team, motivate each other, and, you know, finish the season strong. Other teams in our conference do have more kills than us and are averaging more assists. We're not really up there, but like I said, we're holding our opponents down. So I think we'll do good and finish out strong.
All right, well, that's all we have here at the desk. Now we're going to send it over back to Denny and Mike.
Thanks, Sean. When we come back, how would the men's soccer team fare against number 2 UConn? The Marquette men's soccer team has been one of the hottest teams in the nation this season, and they would take on number 2 UConn Saturday night, hoping to pull off an upset and maintain their perfect record. The stands at Valley Field were full Saturday night for an exciting Big East game between 2 top 10 teams in the country. Early on in the action here, Anthony Salvaggi with the ball, and he'll cross this one into the box, but the Huskies keeper snatches it up. With the ball in the box now, Islami finds Adam Lysak waiting for the shot, and he places the ball low and away from the keeper to put Marquette on the board. Golden Eagles up 1-0. Another shot for the Golden Eagles goes straight to the keeper. Unfortunate, no dice. Set up play now for Marquette, and it looks like the lefty curve from Paul Dillon goes in, but the ball gets batted down and cleared away by UConn. 2-1 Marquette now, and another Golden Eagle shot finds the back of the net as Andy Huftelin puts Marquette up 3-1. UConn with a shot now, and the ground ball finds the back of the net, making it a 1-goal game. Trying to send this one into extra time, UConn makes one last attempt to tie it up, but Marquette holds on 3-2 to defeat the number 2 team in the land. The Golden Eagles hand the UConn Huskies their first loss of the year, and Marquette improves to 11-0, riding the nation's longest winning streak this year. Now let's hear from our own Mark Freund, who was at Valley Fields.
The collegiate soccer world had its collective eye on Valley Field Saturday night as the Marquette men's soccer team played host to its toughest challenge of the season, the UConn Huskies, the number 2 team in the country. And in its biggest game of the year, the Golden Eagles got their biggest win of the year, downing the Huskies 3-2.
Yeah, I think we played really well for 88 minutes. And then the last 2 minutes, I think we thought it was in, but a team like UConn, it's never in the bag until it's in the bag, right? I thought we were good for the win. I mean, you're right, the last 2 minutes we didn't play, we let them in, but I thought, you know, a lot of times, especially in that first half, we got the ball down, we played under pressure, we stopped them from playing, and in the second half we came out like giants. We came out like an experienced team, you know, and I'm very, very proud of them.
The first Marquette goal came at the foot of Adam Lysak, and Andy Huftelin netted the Golden Eagles' second and third goals. Coach Louis Bennett was proud of the performance that the tandem gave.
I thought that Lysak was a fantastic performance, probably one of the best of the year, not just because he scored, but he was holding the ball, he was in the pocket, which we thought he'd have some room. And then Huftelin, I mean, what can you say about him? I mean, a team that can normally bully teams at the back, they can outplay teams in the middle. We basically, you know, I thought we held them very well.
It was Lysak himself that assisted Andy Huftelin's second goal. Lysak credits the goal to some advice Huftelin offered at halftime.
Funny story, at halftime, Hufty told me to just play the near post, he'll get there, and to make sure that I find him. And right before it happened, right as I got the ball, I remember him saying that, so I'm like, I'm going to try it, might as well. And it happened to make my defender and go right to Hufty.
Through it all, the two were excited to beat one of the top teams in the country.
We were pretty psyched about this game, and we came out firing, and we really put it to them, and this just goes to show how talented a team we are and what we can do to the big teams around us.
It's a pretty big statement. For the fans, this is going to be huge. For us, we get to dwell on this for 24 hours, and then it's back to business for us. It's nice to win. I think that's what's most important. We just play game to game, and we take it one day at a time.
Reporting from Valley Fields, Mark Freund, MUTV Sports.
All right, guys, well, let's be honest here. The team has certainly hit their stride under Coach Louis Bennett. They're now 11-0, and though they take on Northern Illinois tonight, they defeated the previously second-ranked Connecticut Huskies and have assumed their position in the polls. How do you look for them to keep momentum in the Big East Conference for the rest of the season?
I think last until the end of the season, and I think they have really good team chemistry going, and they've already knocked off UConn, Wisconsin, and Providence, and they have 6 games left. 2 of them are against ranked teams, so I think they're on their way to being a perennial powerhouse.
Yeah, I just think they have to stay hungry and really want it. 3 of the next 5 games are away. And so I think they just have to keep the momentum up and, like he said, play as a team, get some of the, freshmen involved maybe, and just keep up the momentum. I think they have a good chance.
So they currently have the longest win streak in the nation for men's soccer. And how do you think that they will keep their current win streak going?
I think it will last until the end of the season, but the Big East tournament is hit or miss because single elimination and then there's increased intensity and the momentum's high for each team because they have nothing to lose. But the way I think they can get it is by working as a team and having their big players step up and people come off the bench.
I agree. I think, we're 26 goals for 157 shot attempts. I mean, we're doing pretty good so far this season. Like he said, the Big East tournament is no joke, I think out of the 6 of 11 games, we've held our opponents to 0 points. I think if we just keep that momentum up, they can, do it. I do think that they always struggle around this time, though, both the girls and boys soccer team. It's always like that almost moment, and then they kind of fall back, even though they do really well all the time. So I think it's more of a mental game at this point because, you can get that win streak and be like, it's the longest win streak, and then kind of let it go to your head a little bit and sort of, get out of focus. But I think if they just stay focused, it'll be okay.
You mentioned that mental game. They're the second-ranked team in the nation.
Right.
Ashley, what do you think their mindset should be going into these next couple games?
I think their mindset should be we're ranked second, but we got to play like we're fighting from the bottom, to get to the top. And I think that's the way it always should be, regardless whether you're ranked 1 or whether you're ranked 25. You got to play with the same momentum because you never know, somebody can knock you off your high horse.
Boz, I got a different question for you. You mentioned bench players a little bit earlier. Andy Huftelin, who came off the bench, scored 2 goals, one of them the winning goal. How much does that say for the bench of Marquette soccer and how they should appreciate their bench?
It means numbers for the Marquette soccer team, but I think it's important for the bench to step up because suppose Sebastian Janssen or any of the players get tired or hurt, if they come up big in critical situations, that's huge for the Big East tournament and the NCAA tournament. And you're talking about one of the players, he had 2 goals, one of them also had an assist too, so that's huge.
Okay, so Big East tournament, where do you guys see them going from here?
I think they have a chance to take it all the way. They have to stay hungry, because it's always like this with soccer. They're either hit or miss in the Big East tournament. But I think they have a good chance of making it all the way, especially with this win streak going. They seem like they're, extremely hungry and extremely focused. So, as long as they can keep up the good work and, no injuries and, everything, I think they have a good chance of taking it all the way.
Yeah, I see them winning the Big East tournament and getting far in the NCAA tournament.
How far exactly do you think in the NCAA tournament?
I think maybe Elite 8 or close to the Final 4.
Okay, well, that's all we have for men's soccer here at the analyst desk. Let's send it back to Denny and Mike.
Thanks, Sean. Marquette women's soccer entered the weekend with a conference record of 5-0.
But could they continue their impressive start? Stay tuned for the answer.
The Marquette men's golf team posted a 5-shot victory at the John Dalio Memorial at Ruffled Feathers Golf Club in Lamont, Illinois over the weekend. The Golden Eagles will return to the green later this month at the Pine Tree Intercollegiate, October 22nd through the 23rd in Kennesaw, Georgia.
The Marquette women's tennis team has concluded competition at the 2012 Auto Owners Insurance Spartan Invitational on Sunday on the campus of Michigan State. The duo of Rachio Davis and Ayana Hernandez-Soler went undefeated in the tournament in Draw B doubles and were East champions. Leading up to the championship match, the tandem defeated Romana Costilla and Anna Rockvik of Miami, Ohio in straight sets, 8-0. This set up a final matchup between Diaz Hernandez-Soler and fellow MU teammates Ali Dawson and Aliza Kramer, who defeated Chrissy Kaufman and Emily Mazzeo of Toledo 8-6. Diaz Hernandez-Soler won the final 8-6 in singles. A. Hernandez-Soler of Xavier won 6-3, 6-2. to proceed to the semifinals, beating Yana Nope of Illinois Chicago 6-4, 6-4. Lala Hernandez Soler was crowned champion in the Draw E singles. She defeated Mercy Huck of IPFW in the semifinals 2-6, 7-5, 10-3, and knocked off Kelly Makebook 6-4, 6-7, 10-3 in a hard-fought finals match. The Golden Eagles will have the weekend off before heading to the ITA Midwest Regional in Champaign, Illinois. Competition begins on Thursday, October 18th and runs through Monday, October 22nd.
The Marquette men's lacrosse team impressed the collegiate lacrosse community Saturday by posting back-to-back victories in their NCAA Division I fall debut at the 6th annual Nick Calalori Lacrosse Classic. Tyler Melnick scored 4 goals in the Golden Eagles' opening victory.
The 20th ranked women's soccer team was riding hot, not giving up a goal in 4 straight games as they made the trip to Providence, Rhode Island. To Providence we go, and the Friars and the Golden Eagles meet on the pitch Friday afternoon. Let's pick it up in the 9th minute as the Golden Eagles up 1-0, and guess who it is? It's Megan Kelly, adding a goal, putting Marquette up 2-0. To the 10th minute we go, and Vanessa Laguna Cadasco sets up the play here off the kill by the keeper as she tries to get it out of the box, but she traps it with her chest, and it's a complete golazo, upper 90. That is what Marquette soccer is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely beautiful. So we fast forward to the 29th minute as Megan Kelly leads the charge. Look at Lisa Philbin on the back post, and she knocks it in. And now the Marquette Golden Eagles are up 4-0 on the Friars, but they weren't done. Shortly after the half, Marquette plays the ball into the box, and the ball gets around, but Maddie Vickers finds it, and she's got a nose for goal, and Marquette wraps this one up 5-0.
The Marquette women's soccer team would also face UConn, but they were on the road in their match Sunday. This game went into 2 overtimes after a 2-2 tie at the end of regulation. The Golden Eagles dominated possession in the final overtime period, but were unable to find the back of the net. The number 20 Lady Golden Eagles left Connecticut with a tie.
Junior midfielder Megan Kelly has been named Big East Offensive Player of the Week. The conference office announced on Monday. Kelly totaled 5 points in 2 games over the weekend to help lead Marquette to a 1-0-1 weekend. Kelly had 4 points with 1 goal and 2 assists to help lead the Golden Eagles to a 5-0 shutout at Providence. She followed that performance with 1 assist and a 1-1 draw at UConn. Kelly combined with 8 shots in 2 games. This is Kelly's first Offensive Player of the Week honor. Last week, she was named to the conference honor roll. Marquette returns home for its final 3 home games. And that's about all the time we got for right now.
For our analysts Sean Owens, Boz Kaleka, and Ashley De La Torre, and my co-anchor Danny Gallagher, I'm Mike Cianciolo. Good night, Marquette.